Hey y'all, Martin here. I'm at one of my favorite places. This is Sunrise Farm in White River Junction, Vermont. Today we're gonna make some New Haven style pizzas that celebrate fall. We'll go through the dough process at the studio and then we'll come back here, shop around and feed some farmers. Let's get into the video. Okay, so we're in the kitchen. We're gonna make these pizza doughs. I'm using bread flour today, a nice strong flour for this New Haven style pizza. The full sort of recipe and background on this can also be watched. We have a great New Haven pizza video. Tucker and I went down there and banged around, ate some great pizza. But as always, you know, the recipe's down there in the link in the description. And if you want to see the full process, you can watch the play-by-play in that video. So this is a 2 pizza batch. If you want more, then you can just double it, triple it, whatever you want, quadruple it. You do you. I'm gonna add my salt in, and then just a very small amount of yeast. And I've got some water. That's 152 grams. And then I've got my wooden spoon, and I'm just gonna stir to combine. So it's mostly mixed to combine. It's not entirely combined, and that's okay. Dump it out onto the counter, and then I'm just gonna knead until everything is in there and it starts to smooth out some. Not gonna be super smooth, but everything should be sort of cleaned up. You don't want any crumbs, you don't want any dry spots. You're looking for a nice, consistent, homogeneous dough. Once you're there and that feels pretty good, we're gonna put that in a container. Oil, please.
Coming right up.
Perfect. That's Kat's whole job. She just waits for that one moment. Boy, did you shine. It was really good. You really leaned into that. All right, so we're gonna set that aside for an hour and then I'll come back. I'll divide it into 2 pieces. We'll round it real tightly and then it's going to go into the fridge for a long period of time. You know, a day up to 4 days, something like that. In testing, I've even left it in the fridge for much longer than that. During that time period, it's going to develop a lot of flavor. It's also going to relax and become more extensible so that we can roll it really thinly. So we'll be back momentarily to divide this. Okay, so this dough has had an hour and not a lot is going to happen. Remember, it's a tiny quantity of yeast. It's just a tiny quantity, so it's not like we want this big puffy situation. But it is alive. I can feel that it's alive and just beginning to move. I can also feel that it's extensible. So what I'm going to do is divide it into 2 even pieces. It's about 200 grams each. So divide it into 2. What I'm going to do is give it a real tight round. You don't need to put any flour on the bench or anything like that. This dough, it's got a little bit of oil on it here, so it should round really well. And you've seen this situation before. I'm just going to turn it into a circle, and then I'm just going to make it really tight. Because remember, it's going to sit for a few days, ideally, developing flavor and then relaxing. And so at the end, you should have this beautiful, beautiful little ball of dough. I'm going to put mine on a sheet tray and put a lid on it. A little bit of oil on the sheet tray, just a tiny bit, just enough so that when you go to retrieve it, it doesn't, fully adhere itself. And then space them out. They're not going to grow tremendously, but they will spread and relax and rise some. So onto the sheet tray. It's a very thin pizza, so 200 grams is enough to make a nice, 12-inch pizza, which I think is a good size for the home. We're going to bake ours in the Gosney today, and so if you have the larger Gosney, you could make a bigger dough piece than that. You could probably go up to 300 grams, just making sure that you roll really, really thinly. Cover these well, put them in the fridge. They can rest there for 4 days, 5 days, it doesn't matter. They're developing flavor, they'll be fine, they'll even be better with more time on them. So let's get packed up. I've got some doughs that I made a couple of days ago. We're gonna head over to the farm and see what Chuck has that we can make some beautiful pizzas with. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely day here.
So I'm hoping that you'll let me sort of mosey around and grab some stuff to make fall themed pizza.
Absolutely, this is the place to do it.
So today what I want to make is obviously pizza, but I want to make a New Haven style. New Haven is that classic coal-fired, very thin crust, charred all the way around and underneath, and then what I'm gonna do is add a layer of creme fraiche, and then I'll add a little bit of cheese. I'm thinking delicata with bacon maybe. And then what I want is a little bit of sweet and just like a little bit of naughtiness too. So I'm gonna use some of your maple syrup
Nice.
to sort of like boost that sweetness value from the delicata.
Yep.
And then I think what would be really nice would be to sort of like bring in, like I said, like a little bit of spice or a little bit of kick to it. So it's not just creamy and sweet.
Yep.
We want a little bit of that other end of the spectrum.
Nice.
And so if you have something spicy, that would be cool.
We may have some habaneros outside that we can actually pick right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
So let's see what we've got.
Okay, so let's head outside. I've eaten so much food off your compost pile. Anytime I'm here, if I see stuff that's been harvested and it's just hanging there, I'll reach through the electric fence and grab it.
Grab it. Here we go, Martin.
Oh, sweet, Chuck, perfect.
We got ourselves a nice
Perfect.
little habanero here.
Oh, dude,
A little color,
those are gonna be fire.
a little heat.
Woo!
Yeah, a little color, a little heat. Who says New Englanders only eat bland food?
Exactly. And what are these reds down here?
I think these are just super ripe shishitos.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Of course, our labeling out here isn't that great, and we had a member come and she picked a bunch of habaneros. She roasted them, thinking they were shishitos.
Oh, wow.
Cut a wide swath through
10
her
for 10.
family.
All right, let's make some pizza. Okay, so thanks for the tour.
Absolutely.
We've got our stuff. We've roasted some delicata. I've got the bacon cut up. I cut up the habanero. I've got some creme fraiche. I've got some syrup. I've got the doughs that are ready and very much happy and willing to go into the oven. A little bit of olive oil. Let's go ahead and let's get this going.
Wow, look at that.
I want you to have that
I'll
piece.
give that guy a try. Cheers, Martin.
Cheers, man.
Wow.
Habanero.
I had the bacon and the maple together, that first bite. So delicious. I can go around, go up my crew and send them over.
Okay,
to,
yeah, send them over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
make
make
sure
some more
they get a
pizzas.
slice.
So you tell them.
Okay, good.
If you're someone who loves to connect intention to the foods that you make, I don't have to look further than the farm here because Chuck is growing things with his team that align themselves with the season. And so rather than choosing a recipe and then working backwards, I'm starting with the farm and I'm working towards the table. If you're someone who's looking for a way to eat more seasonally, to look for the foods that are around you, look for a CSA or maybe head down to the farmer's market and see what's in season. Any pizza dough is the perfect foundation for a beautiful meal. So get out there and do some baking. Thanks for joining us for the video. This is Martin and everybody else here at Sunrise Farm saying thanks for joining us.
Gonna finish it with just a little bit of that sunrise gold.
Yeah, straight from the bottle.
Straight from the bottle, just going big.
Don't be